used to watch a TV show in the early 1990s called Twin Peaks. It was a mystery set in a fictitious town of that name. I thought of the show last week because the title Twin Peaks could also describe the tropical season in the North Indian Ocean, which sadly has been in the news recently because of the devastation wrought by Cyclone Nargis as it came inland in Burma, the country also known as Myanmar. Now here's the North Indian Ocean. India pretty much divides it in half, separating the Bay of Bengal from the Arabian Sea. In this part of the world, hurricanes are called cyclones. Now let's take a look at the tracks of all tropical storms and cyclones in the North Indian Ocean over the last 25 years or so. The Bay of Bengal side is by far the more active. Storms forming here can affect India, Bangladesh to the north, Burma, and also Thailand. Arabian Sea storms sometimes move north into Pakistan, more rarely move west and hit the Arabian Peninsula. Compared to other hurricane basins, the North Indian really isn't that busy. For example, the North Atlantic averages about 10 tropical storms per year. The Eastern North Pacific averages about 16. The most active basin of all is the Western North Pacific with an average of 25, while the North Indian Ocean averages just 5 per year. But that's the only ocean basin in the world with 2 peaks in the tropical season. We're in the middle of the first right now, May and June. A second larger peak comes later in the year in October and November. And to understand these twin peaks, you need to know that most tropical cyclones in the Indian Ocean spin off a feature called the monsoon trough. This is an elongated area of low pressure and converging winds that moves with the seasons. Now in Northern Hemisphere winter, cold high pressure dominates Asia, and so winds blow strongly offshore. The monsoon trough is in the South Indian Ocean. But as winter fades, the monsoon trough reforms in the North Indian Ocean, where it helps to produce about 25% of a year's tropical storms during the months of May and June. And Cyclone Nargis was the first this year. It became a cyclone on April 28th over the Bay of Bengal, turned east, and then rapidly intensified, with maximum winds reaching 130 miles per hour on May 1st. The next day it made landfall in the low-lying Irrawaddy Delta of southern Burma, pushing a deadly 10-foot wall of water 25 miles inland. Now as we get into mid and late summer, cyclones become much less common in the North Indian Ocean, and that's because the monsoon trough moves northward onto land, bringing the rainy summer monsoon to India. But by fall, the trough drifts back to the south over water, leading to the second tropical peak, with almost half of all tropical storms in the North Indian Ocean forming in either October or November. And in fact, last November, another powerful cyclone, this one named Cider, developed in the Bay of Bengal, eventually making landfall in western Bangladesh with 150-mile-per-hour winds. Hurricane season in the North Atlantic officially gets underway June 1st. Most preseason outlooks call for an above-average year in terms of numbers of storms, but no one can say with any reliability this far in advance when or where hurricanes may strike. Fred will be back with the extended forecast next.